Now, everyone who watches fighting should have at least one fighter who they're a big fan of, right? Whether it's the person who got you into the sport, or it's just someone that you've had this weird connection to since you've started watching fighting. Me personally, I'm a big fan of Tom Aspinall. He's one of my guys. And for Joe Rogan, that fighter is Israel Adesanya. Now, there are very few humans on this planet who have interacted with as many fighters as Joe Rogan has. He's had so many interviews, so many podcasts, so many interactions with fighters from the combat sports world, whether it's boxers, whether it's MMA fighters, whether it's Muay Thai, kickboxers, whoever it is. He's spoken to so many fighters. But Joe Rogan has made his choice to attach himself to Israel Adesanya. I'm not sure why, but he has. So what's the controversy all about? Because you might not have seen Joe Rogan's Fight Companion, but you might have seen some clips of it or some complaints about Joe Rogan being biased during his Fight Companion stream for Adesanya versus du Plessis. Now, pretty much everyone who's watching the video should recognise two of the four people on screen. Obviously, Joe Rogan himself and Brendan Schaub in the bottom right corner, who's Joe Rogan's favourite special needs individual. Now, you may not recognise the two others. The guy in the bottom left is Tony Hinchcliffe, who's a comedian. He didn't say anything that offensive in this podcast, so we're not really going to touch on him. And the guy in the top right, since Joe Rogan seems to surround himself with people of the same profession for some reason, is also a comedian. His name is Brian Simpson. I can't say that I've watched any comedy from Brian Simpson. I'm sure he's a funny guy. He may or may not be. I haven't watched his comedy. But he seems to be the guy that people have the biggest issue with on this podcast. It might be important to mention for context that Brian Simpson has absolutely no idea what he's talking about when it comes to MMA. Now, that's not really an insult to Brian. I know he's not an MMA analyst. I know he doesn't claim to be an MMA analyst. But when you see the things he's been saying on this podcast, you'll know what I mean and why people seem to have an issue with him. Now, before the fight even starts, they established that there's already a bit of a unexplained bias against Dricus du Plessis. Now, don't get me wrong, you can root against a fighter, it's fine, right? It doesn't have to be explained, doesn't have to be a real reason for it. But this definitely sets the tone for the things they say later on.
I never want to see this guy win. I don't know why.
Dricus?
I'm telling you, I feel the same way. He's so heelish. He's a natural.
I just want to root against him.
Yep.
Bro,
Followed by a confusing statement by Tony Hinchcliffe.
Fuck.
And he says the N-word, right?
Yeah.
No, does he?
Yeah, he does a lot.
When did he say
He's from
that?
South Africa, and you can say it if
Oh,
you're
I was
South
joking.
Wait a
African.
minute.
Does he?
Are you sure?
Doesn't he?
No.
I don't think so.
No,
I'm
you thinking
almost
it-
positive.
I've got no idea where Tony Hinchcliffe got that from, but I guess Dricus is a massive racist now. What gets me about this clip is the certainty of what Tony's saying, even though it's blatantly untrue. Like, if he said, like, didn't he say the N-word? Didn't Dricus say the N-word? But he's like, and he says the N-word. Like, with definition, he definitely said the N-word because they say it in South Africa, which isn't true either. White people in South Africa just don't say it casually. Now, the commentary team are going to react to a shot that Adesanya lands, and I want you to imagine what sort of punch Adesanya landed in this sequence.
Oh, but that high kick is sneaky as fuck, man. He's done that a couple times.
Let's go, baby.
That's it,
Oh,
baby.
Izzy.
Here we go.
Good combo by Izzy.
Nice combo.
Now I'm going to play you a clip of what they just reacted to. Even in normal motion, it doesn't seem like much. But if you watch it in slow motion, you can tell that Adesanya threw two hooks, the first of which landed on the forearm of du Plessis, which he blocked. And the second one landed on the forearm, which he blocked. So I'm not sure what they're reacting to, but there's a lot more of this later on.
Oh.
None of that landed. A
Spinning
lot of
back.
energy.
Yeah, but listen, man.
This is the clip in question. Obviously, Dricus' first two punches did not land at all, but that was a very, very clean jumping back kick that Dricus just threw there that landed clean right on the body of Adesanya. And then we get Brendan Schaub saying, it didn't land, did not land. If I play it again, you can actually hear Joe Rogan acknowledge it.
Oh.
None of that landed. A
Spinning
lot
back.
of energy.
Yeah, but listen, man.
You can hear it very quietly, him saying spinning back kick under his breath, basically. But we all know if Adesanya landed that same thing, everyone on the entire desk would be like, oh! And Joe Rogan started talking about levels, and he's a master of striking, man. There's layers upon layers.
When the last time we seen Duplessis in deep water?
Literally his last fight, if he's even seen it.
Now he's starting to work the feints and all that. This is what he in his bag right now.
Yes, sir.
You can tell Joe Rogan felt something in his pants when Brian Simpson mentioned feints. I don't know what it is with Joe Rogan and feints and leg kicks, but he really just has a connection to those things. I'm not sure how feints are a sign of danger. Right, like, oh, watch out, he's going to throw some feints at you. It's over when he starts throwing feints, like, ooh. I'm sure Dricus was completely fine watching Izzy throw feints at him. And Joe had the same issue when he was commentating for the Jan Blachowicz fight, where in the midst of Jan Blachowicz potentially outstriking Adesanya for 3 straight rounds, Joe Rogan just couldn't help himself but talk about how Adesanya was making Blachowicz eat his feints during the whole fight. Like, the way he was speaking, you'd think that Adesanya should have won. That fight wasn't close.
Front kick.
Those are
What is it?
investments.
How's he say it?
I just know what to do.
What is that? Is that your
him?
South African
Yeah, that's him
accent?
in this corner. Oh, he's not French?
No.
Fucked up.
That wasn't Brian having a stroke, by the way. That was his impression of a French person. I'm not sure where he found the conclusion that Dricus du Plessis is French. I actually thought this was him doing a bit. Like, he was joking around thinking that he was French, and then he was going to turn around and say, I'm joking. Obviously, he's South African, do you know what I mean? I've been here for 3 hours. I've watched all the promotions. I should know that he's South African. No, he actually thinks he's French. I don't know how that's happened, but maybe his mind was just somewhere else. Who knows?
This is the old style bender,
Yes,
kids.
sir. Give him the feints. Give him the feints.
Yep.
There you
they
go,
are.
Iz.
Oh, boy.
This is Izzy that knows I'm in here with somebody that's not on my level.
Well, it's also a guy.
Now, for context, this is at the start of round 4, where Adesanya is pretty clearly outstriking du Plessis and doing a lot of good work at the start of the round. And in the midst of it all, Brendan Schaub just has to mention the feints. I don't know what it is with the feints, but they don't stop being mentioned by these guys. It's also funny in hindsight to listen to what Brian says about Izzy being on a different level to du Plessis when you consider what happened 3 minutes later.
Winging
Oh,
Iz.
dude,
Oh,
dude.
God.
Why does missing make you more tired than hitting?
Because you have to pull your arm back.
Yeah, the
Get
weak
out
one.
of there. Get
Oh,
out
dude,
of there.
dude. Oh, my God.
That's incredible,
Oh, my God. Oh, my
fuck is-
God.
what the fuck
oh,
is
my
going
God.
on?
What just happened?
He heard him, dude.
He's
He
running
heard
the
him.
whole. Oh shit, he might have this.
Oh, no.
He has it. He
Oh,
has
no.
Oh,
it.
no.
Yeah.
Oh,
No
my God.
way.
Oh, my God. Dricus is a fucking animal,
That's
dude.
a tough motherfucker.
He's a fucking animal.
That's a
Holy
tough
shit.
fucking guy.
I was saying that those punches, even though he's exhausted, you can't be in those exchanges. You're going to get clipped. If you get clipped, you're in real trouble. Fuck, he got hit with those big right hands, man. He got rocked with those right hands.
God, this makes me feel like America lost a war or something.
Wow.
Like, I just fucking hate how this feels. Fuck.
Yeah, I don't feel great. I guarantee you'd win.
It feels like America just lost a war when a Nigerian-born New Zealander loses a UFC fight to a South African in a sport that he doesn't even watch. Doesn't make a lot of sense, but we all know why he wants Adesanya to win so badly. It's because Adesanya is black and Dricus du Plessis is white, and you know that's the reason. End of the video. Goodbye.